Hi, my name's Madeline. I'm the associate editor here at the Toy Insider. Today I'm going to be taking you through the trend Game On. So throughout this entire year, games and puzzles has consistently been the toy category seeing the highest growth in sales, and it's for a good reason, because while we're all at home and that's the safest place for us to be, even into the holiday season, games are such a fun way for families to get away from their screens and spend quality time together making fun memories. From board games to card games and even video games, there's so much fun to be had for every skill level, age, and interest. Today, I'm going to take you through 10 new games that you're going to want to check out this holiday season. So to start, we have Who's the Goat from Big G Creative. This is a fun party game that's going to get you really up, moving, and laughing. It's for our older kids, age graded 8 and up, but it's also for up to 6 players. So this is a great option if you have a larger family or a group of friends who are playing together. So in this game, each player gets their own colored squishy goat. And in each round of the game, you read out a different goat challenge. So who's the goat at balancing a pencil on one finger the longest, or the best at rolling their R's. Then every player throws their squishy goat at the person they think would be the goat or greatest of all time at that challenge. You can even keep the goat if you think that person's you. So then everyone who got a goat goes head to head in that challenge to prove who truly is the greatest. Players then earn tin can points by either correctly guessing who the goat's going to be or by being the goat themselves. Boggle has been a favorite of family game nights for more than 3 decades, and now with the Big Boggle version from Winning Moves Games, there are more cubes, so there's more letters and more fun. In the game, players get 3 minutes to come up with as many words as they can from the face-up cubes, and in this version, there's even a special double-letter cube that makes it easier to come up with 5- and 6-letter words. What I really love about Boggle is that not only is it just fun, but it's an engaging way for kids to practice their letters and spelling. Break the Board from Yulu is an electronic game that's inspired by that iconic moment in martial arts where people break boards in half with just their fists. Different parts of the board will light up and you have to chop them or swipe under and even break the board in half. It has a bunch of different modes of play, which I love because kids can take it on as a solo challenge with 10 levels of difficulty, or it's a competitive game for up to 10 players. In Burping Bobby from Goliath Games, players ages 4 and up take turns flipping over tokens and feeding very stinky foods to Bobby the hippo. Things like cheese or garlic will go in his mouth where he eats them right up, and then kids have to turn the crank the corresponding number of times with their token. However, if you turn the crank too many times, Bobby will burp, and that burp is accompanied by lights and sounds and even steam coming out of Bobby's mouth. It is quite a silly spectacle and kids will love it. Next, I want you to meet Bucky the Stag. This is Deer Pong, a silly, fun game from Hasbro, also for ages 8 and up. So in this game, players go head to head or in teams, trying to fill all 3 cups of one color with these ping pong balls. As players are tossing their ping pong balls, trying to get them in the cups, Bucky is going to be laughing, telling jokes, goading you on, teasing you, making things a little bit harder but a lot sillier. Then once one team prevails, you can also put Bucky into joke mode to hear him tell some pretty corny jokes. Next, we have Drone Home, a game from PlayMonster that incorporates a real flying drone into the gameplay. So up to 4 players, ages 8 and up, are going to be furiously launching these little alien figures at the same time into the center of the game's launch pad where this drone is sitting. Land one of the aliens directly onto the drone, it'll pause for a few seconds before it really takes off up into the air. Any aliens that are on board the drone when it takes off are flown to safety, and the first player to fly all 3 of their aliens away wins the game. Hands Full from WowWee is an active and interactive game that really lives up to its name. In the game, the console itself is going to tell you what to do. If you need to grab green or grab blue with your left hand or point red up. But you have to follow instructions carefully. If you let go or do the wrong thing, it's game over. There's also 3 different ways to play. You can take on the challenge by yourself in a solo mode, you can work together in a team mode, or you can see whose skills are the best and who's the last one standing in survivor mode. Get ready to sound a little bit silly as you try to decode common phrases with Incoherent Family. So this edition of the party game Incoherent lets tweens and teens get in on the action as it's rated ages 12 and up. So in the game, players are presented with phrases that basically look like gibberish. Something like "bur wreck fist tin pet." Players will have to read that phrase in different speeds and different inflections, trying to figure out what common phrase has been written out phonetically. In this case, it's breakfast in bed. So the first player to figure out 10 of these phrases is going to win the game. In T-Rex Rumble by Educational Insights, players strap on tiny T-Rex arms to complete big challenges. On your turn, you might have to draw something using your T-Rex arms, act out charades, pick up the included foam figures and stack them, or complete other wacky challenges. It's a lot harder than it looks, it's got super silly results, and even though it's designed for ages 7 and up, I promise the adults will have just as much fun with this one. The Upside Down Challenge game from Vango Toys is simple in premise but hysterical in execution. Players take turns putting on these special mirrored goggles that turn everything you see upside down. Then you take on different challenges while wearing the goggles, like write your name or high-five another player. They sound simple, but I promise it's a lot harder when you can't see straight. Players that successfully complete the challenges will earn points that will help them win the game. Then, if you get through all the challenges in the deck, Vango encourages players to come up with their own upside down challenges and share them on social media.